Welcome to Middle East Minute by Al Monitor. From our studio in New York, I'm Adam Lucente. Here are the headlines we're looking at across the region. Today is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. Iraq's Popular Mobilization Units, PMU, said on Wednesday that at least 20 of their fighters were killed in the U.S.-Saudi strikes across the country. The U.S. and Saudi Arabia struck Iran-aligned militias in Iraq early Wednesday morning, accusing the armed groups of conducting drone attacks on the kingdom earlier in the week. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, also said it struck U.S. forces in Jordan early Wednesday, before the U.S.-Saudi strikes. This marks the biggest escalation since the U.S. paused its operations against Iran late last week. Iraqi Prime Minister Ali Zaidi announced an emergency meeting of his National Security Council on Wednesday, while local media reported he had canceled a trip to Saudi Arabia that was planned for Thursday. Zaidi has pledged to disarm and integrate Iran-backed militias in the country, including those within the PMU, which consists of various semi-official armed groups that formed in 2014 to fight ISIS. He has worked to maintain close ties with both the U.S. and Iran since coming to office in May, and visited both countries this month. Zaidi was in Turkey on Tuesday to facilitate the signing of cooperation agreements, including a deal for a Turkish state firm to take a stake in BP's Kirkuk operations. The Israeli military accused Hezbollah of launching an explosive drone at its forces in the Ali Atahar Ridge area near southern Lebanon's Nabatea, calling the incident a violation of the ceasefire. The Israeli military added that its forces continue to operate in that area. Under the U.S.-mediated deal between Israel and Lebanon, Israeli forces will gradually withdraw from southern Lebanon, and Lebanese forces will then deploy to those areas called pilot zones after Hezbollah is disarmed there. Hezbollah has rejected disarmament and had not commented on the Israeli statement as of the time of recording. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called his Tuesday meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump, quote, excellent, while White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt described it as, quote, productive and positive. Differences may still remain between the two on how to approach Iran, however. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said earlier on Tuesday that the U.S. is not currently allowing Israel to strike energy targets in the Islamic Republic. Yemeni Vice President Sultan El Arada told me in a recent interview that Yemen may be able to achieve its goal of resuming oil exports amid the war, but will need to develop air defense capabilities as it courts U.S. investment. Arada added that he is not hopeful negotiations with Iran will prove fruitful, and said he doesn't believe peace with the Houthis is possible. Keep an eye out for the full interview on almonitor.com. In terms of the latest in Yemen, Reuters reported that traffic is flowing through the Red Sea despite the Houthi threats, with 39 ships passing the Bab el-Mandeb on Tuesday, the highest in 10 days, and 5 crossing so far on Wednesday. The outlet added that the Iran-backed group is considering charging a fee in the Red Sea, possibly mirroring the Iranian military's actions in the Strait of Hormuz. Houthi military spokesperson Yahya Saree said they shot down a Saudi drone in the northwest Sada province on Wednesday, and that they struck a Saudi oil tanker the day prior. Thanks for listening to Middle East Minute. For the links to these stories and to keep up with headlines from across the region, visit almonitor.com and subscribe to Middle East Minute on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, I'm Adam Lucente.